Arakusa threads cut like a blade. Strength in the stitch power displayed. Walking in shadows, neons parade. Integrity stitched, we never fade. Big on the street, soaring the sky. Every step shout, we don't comply. Arakusa! Wear it loud, wear it proud. Arakusa! Shake the world in the crowd. Designs that gleam. Arakusa's not a brand, it's a dream. Urban jungle, silk and steel. Patterns bold, too sharp to conceal. Chasing visions, breaking the seal. Every seam whispers, every hymn's real. From the concrete to the runways glow. Arakusa leads, it's all we show. Arakusa! Wear it loud, wear it proud. Arakusa! Shake the world in the crowd. Designs that gleam. Arakusa's not a brand, it's a dream. Arakusa!
I feel like I really need it. I gotta play that.
Arakusa threads cut like a blade. Strength in the stitch power displayed. Walking in shadows, neons parade. Integrity stitched, we never fade. Big on the street, soaring the sky. Every step shout, we don't comply. Arakusa! Wear it loud, wear it proud. Arakusa! Shake the world in the crowd. Designs that gleam. Arakusa's not a brand, it's a dream. Urban jungle, silk and steel. Patterns bold, too sharp to conceal. Chasing visions, breaking the seal. Every seam whispers, every hymn's real. From the concrete to the runways glow. Arakusa leads, it's all we show. Arakusa! Wear it loud, wear it proud. Arakusa! Shake the world in the crowd. Designs that gleam. Arakusa's not a brand, it's a dream. Arakusa!
Yo, back. After Ball Radio, we're back. You know, I don't do this often. I only come out for special events. And we got to talk about the journey of Arakusa. Because I met them 2019.
2019.
And watching their growth from when we did our first photo shoot, literally in a side basement, to like, was it last month? We was in California, Hollywood. So we definitely want to talk about all the stuff that they've been doing. We have LA Homes in the building. We have Sam in the building. And you know me, I'm Mr. 151 at the Bar Radio. Man, do I love this stuff. I do, because it you know, I do way more pictures than podcasts now. But when I get a chance to celebrate the people who I get to work with and do stuff with, and I've been humbly asked several times to go to different events with them. And you know, we'll talk about the Arakusa effect. I want to talk about the Arakusa effect. But you know, for people who don't know y'all, let's start off with talking about your journey and how did it come together and stuff.
Mhm.
So let's go. Who wants to start? LA? Who wants to start?
Well, the journey started in 2018.
Put the mic closer.
The journey started in 2018. Just with a brand idea and a name. It was pronounced in a different term, but we figured it out to put the A behind it instead of I. It became Arakusa. And we put the meaning behind it, strength, power, and integrity. Since 2018, we just sold T-shirts. And then as the year proceeded on, we started selling hoodies. And we saw that we had something there, and people was getting to it and buying it and supporting us. Mainly my DPW family, you know what I mean? They were supporting it real hard.
Yeah.
And I just kept on going strong, created the sweatsuits behind it. And then we just had to find, from the basement, we just had to find another avenue that can open up like better quality material that we can stand on. And once we found the manufacturers, we had to fire like 8 manufacturers until we found a great blend to put the sweatsuits out, jumpsuits out, hats out, hoodies, beanie hats. I mean, it had to be right. The quality had to be right. And I'd rather give you quality over quantity. You know what I mean? Any day. Yep. So from 2018, the journey begins.
That's dope. So one of the things I always see with people is people always want to try to get into like clothing design and stuff. And I don't mean to say facetious or you mean like just going through Shopify and putting a name on a t-shirt is not really designing. It's just putting a name on a t-shirt. Like some of y'all gonna be offended. I'm not gonna lose people. Because we've all had these talks, and and doing the podcast, y'all gonna tell me several times about finding the right manufacturer, finding the right quality. Y'all are real big on quality, and I think a lot of people don't. When they get into that, that's something that they don't think about.
Mm-hmm.
How did y'all come with that structure, and what makes y'all keep it up like that? Like,
well, if you go in the department store and buy a pair of jeans, you don't want to turn around and go back, take them back because they dry rotted or they tore or a button was missing, something like that. So you got to take consideration of that part. So if I'm saying if I want to stand amongst the best or touch shoulders around the best people that's in this fashion industry, I got to bring out the best. And I don't want people to ever come back and say, well, man, this happened to my outfit without being able to exchange it and say, here was something better. You know, man, we stand on the quality of that. You know what I mean? And I don't want to be known as a brand that say, well, man, they come up with the same stuff every year. I want to be different. And that's why Arakusa became a chic couture urban brand. You know what I mean? Where we have a blend of different styles. We can wear dress shoes without clothing, or regular shoes, or boots without clothing, or high heels without clothing. You can blend it a different way. Or go in the office building without clothing on, and you think it's a sweatsuit and it's actually, great attire.
well,
You know what I mean?
I can speak from actually those that y'all can't see me, but I'm actually wearing my Arakusa sweatsuit. I've had several products from Arakusa, and I can say the quality is amazing. I still have the rain jacket, so when it rains, I'm like, I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
The hoodies, I got the black one, I got this one, and always good quality. The green shirt, the green shell is probably the most craziest because I wore that in the snow when it snowed last year, and I was good. And I'm not talking about a whole bunch of clothes because I remember I was like, don't put a lot in there because you'll fall out. And I literally, when it snowed, I put my jacket on, I put the pants on.
Mm-hmm.
I was good. I didn't have to get the He-Man coat out that weighed like 8,000 pounds. I was good when it snowed. And I think that speaks volumes of quality because too often we find stuff just because it's popular doesn't mean it's made out of good quality.
Absolutely.
And I think y'all really take time, and I really think y'all the pickiness of that, like, it's something that a lot of people when they see something look good, oh, let's just throw it out versus let's make sure that it's working. I've seen both of y'all. Something happened, like, oh, well, no, we ain't using this no more. you know, person, I don't know why he did this, and you're like, all right, we're gonna scrap that design, probably scrap that manufacturer and go to somebody else because it wasn't done the way that you wanted it done. And a lot of people don't do that. What do you think? What do you think is your greatest accomplishment that y'all done so far?
Our greatest is actually going to Hollywood. And that was a big, big thing for me. I mean, just talking about the journey we came from 2018 up to now, 2025. Actually, to get off a plane in West Hollywood and to do a show at the HBO Max building was like, wow. Did we just land here? It was great to do a show, you know what I mean, amongst some amazing designers, amazing models, you know what I mean? It was just awesome. That was something I had to lay down and really contemplate on, like, man, I'm in Hollywood.
Well, let's be honest. You're being way too humble. 3 magazines?
3 magazines.
How many awards?
2 awards.
2 awards.
Yep.
How long has the company been in circulation?
Since 2018.
2018.
Okay, let's not be modest. Like we let's not act like y'all ain't been doing things that.
Right.
Well,
It's different because y'all are probably looking at it something different. But from the person who's watching y'all and seeing the growth, it's a little bit different. Because go ahead.
Well, when you're in a city where everyone has lines, everyone has clothing lines, DC is a little different. You know, we've been told, man, if you were in even anywhere else, you would have blown up by now. Well, I mean, we know that. But you have to understand, when you're in a city where everyone has a clothing line, you have to do something that sets yourself apart from everyone else. Easier said than done. But if you want to make a statement, if you want to stand out, you can't do the same thing everybody else is doing.
That's true.
Like you said earlier, anybody can take a shirt and just put a name on it. I got a clothing line. Okay, you can do that, but what makes your line different than anyone else's? And so you have to put yourself in the mind of the customer. Why should I buy your line and not theirs? That's where the quality comes in.
Yes.
That's where design comes in. That's where aesthetic comes in. When you look at it, it's going to catch your eye first. Like, man, what is that? It's all about standing out and being different. Definitely when it comes to quality. You want to do something that no one else is doing. That's why we've gotten the awards we got. That's why we've been able to travel and do things like that. You have to set yourself apart. That's the only way you're really going to make a statement, especially in a city where everyone is pretty much doing what you're doing.
I would agree. Like one of the things I was a little bit blown because I didn't take time to do this was I remember when y'all were going to the award for Baltimore and I was like, maybe I should go with them. And then so I was like, man, it's probably ain't gonna be that big or something like that. And then he called me, he was like, we really won.
Shocked us.
I honestly didn't see that one coming, especially in that area.
Shocked.
And with that whole, that tension between the two cities.
Yeah.
I honestly didn't see that coming at all. We were invited. I said, well, we should go just because we were invited.
Definitely.
I had no idea that was going to happen. And when our name was called, we looked at each other like, what? And when I went on stage, I said, I demand a recount because, like I said, that's just something I just didn't see coming at all. I mean, it was great to win. It was just something that it was just completely unexpected.
Especially out of 200 different designers, and most of them were from Baltimore.
And we're DC. We're from DC.
We actually
competing with a whole bunch of Baltimore.
There were some great designers that we competed against.
But that's the thing. For you to walk in their house and to walk out with an award, to me, is something very major.
Major.
My regret is I wish I would have came so I could have recorded it all. Me, I love content and pictures.
Were you were supposed to come, right?
We talked about it, but then we just wound up not doing it because I was like, oh, it probably gonna be that. Now, then when he told me, I was like, God damn it, I knew I should have came.
Right.
Yeah, that was completely unexpected.
But that's what makes it even. I think that's what makes it even more of a win.
Mm-hmm.
It's one thing when you're like, oh yeah, I'm the best. It's another thing to be like, these people are equally as good And then for somebody to say, you know what, but out of these equally good people, y'all are the best, that's something different, especially in a city that don't rock with us like that at times.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And so we're,
And has their own, and I don't mean in a negative way, but they have their own fashion sense.
but you're going into you're going into hostile territory.
Yeah.
So it was completely unexpected for me.
And we understood that when we partnered up with somebody in Baltimore to utilize their storefront, their space.
Yeah.
We understood it then when we didn't make a sale. You know what I mean? I'm like, well, maybe we should rethink this one. You know what I mean? So let's go ahead and leave because it's DC up here in Baltimore. They're not feeling it right now. You know, it's a few people that did buy from us in Baltimore said, man, look, I don't care about the difference between Baltimore and DC. We all got to support each other some kind of way. And we didn't have a problem with going to Baltimore and shaking hands and talking to people and being amongst the stuff they was doing. Even some of the shows they did, we was there in the audience. You know, to show that, man, we don't have a problem with Baltimore.
Yeah.
We're just trying to get our fashion line out. We want to be international. We don't want to be stuck only in DC.
Well,
become a DC brand.
That would be a great topic because
Right.
That's a great segue. Because I like the fact that you went out your comfort zone and went to Baltimore and said, hey, you know what? Let me try something different. A lot of people like to be the guy at the lunch table.
Right.
When you're the greatest person at the lunch table, you won't go to the talent shows, you won't go to open mics or any of this other stuff, but you're just the greatest person at the lunch table. And while you're in that one space, they think that makes you hot. And you really want to test yourself, go into other places. You know, I love the fact that y'all have done more than just local stuff. And, you know, and have a vision of not just being the hottest brand in the city. You know, I love the fact that I've been fortunate to be with y'all when y'all went to Atlantic City. I've been fortunate to be with y'all when y'all went to California and watch y'all do things. And they can name, and I'll let Hassan or LA name, because it's been a journey this year. I'm just naming 2 places I went to. But y'all went to New York several times, right?
Yeah.
So y'all have done a lot traveling and growing the brand and getting people to look at the brand that have never seen the brand. And even when Atlantic City, you know, I love this story because it's funny to me. When the dude was getting dressed, and me and the Saw were just talking about this earlier. So the dude was getting dressed, and you know, he saw the Arakusa stuff and was like, "Yo, why did you pick me?" And because the way that y'all clothes are real clothes, we were real in real life. It's not a piece of cloth. It's not just for show that one time. It's stuff that people were like, yo, that actually looks good on me. You know, how many times have you, well, several fashion shows, a model has put something on, they be like, yo, can I keep this?
Can I buy it from you?
Like right now.
Right. And
it's a great look because of how you build and stuff. You're not building pieces for shock value. You're building pieces that people could wear. It looks good. The material is good. You know, I wish people, I don't need to be seen on the camera, but like I actually have this green shirt right here. I love the quality. You know.
Yeah, we went through a lot of different fabric to get that quality where it's at right now. Where you can wash it, dry it, clean it. I don't care what you do. That shirt gonna stay like it is.
It is.
You know what I mean?
And it's breathable material.
It's breathable material. And that's shout out to our manufacturer, Pamu in Pakistan. He does a great job. He understands all my concepts of drawings and stuff like that. It might take a while because I got to explain myself to him in detail. I got to break the garment down how I want it, where I want the zipper, where I want this at, the quality. Can you send me a sample so I can feel the quality? You know what I mean? Because if it's the right quality, then we're going to go with it. You know what I mean? Like some of our hoodies was made from scuba diver material, like neoprene scuba diver material, but it's light and thin, and you can wear it in the summer or in the fall. You know what I mean? Nobody ever done that part. You know what I mean? And they came out excellent. You know what I mean? Dealing with Pamu. Pamu's great. The guy's great. You know what I mean? And I think we're gonna stay with him on a long journey. You know, in business because he's a great guy. You know,
definitely. So, how did y'all come up with the mentality of not just being local
Well, like he was saying, to piggyback on what he was saying, because DC is so oversaturated with a lot of fashion brands. It's great fashion brands. Don't get me wrong. They got a lot of different brands and a lot of different looks. And I wish they would go to the bigger stage and do fashion shows so we can get in there with them and bump shoulders with them, because you got a lot of great brands out of Washington, D.C. But what made us want it to be different, because we went on the chic couture route. You know what I mean? I wanted you to look good when I draw something and we get it made. I wanted you to look good and feel good in our fabric. And I just didn't want to be stuck right in Southeast or Northeast or Northwest or Southwest in the city and be unknown. Oh man, Arakusa DC brand. Yeah, we are that. But we want to be international. I want to go outside the box and think big. You know what I mean?
Any thoughts on that, Ellen?
Yeah. Well, it's pretty much what he said, just what I said earlier. There's so many different brands here that you have to do something that they're not, because DC has a certain style, just like other cities have a certain style. Like you may look at a certain garment and say, oh, that's New York. I know that came from New York.
Yeah.
I know that came from Atlanta. I know that came from Baltimore. Well, my whole thing was I wanted a line that didn't look like it came from anywhere. You can't figure it out.
And you don't know where Arakusa from.
And you don't know where Arakusa's from. You may think, oh man, that's got to be from New York or Paris. That's got to be from somewhere else. That's got to be high end. Well, that's the look that we wanted to go for. I coined a phrase called urban chic, which is it's urban, but it has a couture feel to it.
Yeah.
So in that, just going off of that, okay, let's go from that. That's how you set yourself apart. Because my whole thing was, a lot of times when I wear the stuff, of course, and I know people look at me like they can't figure it out. Like, man, what is that? Where did that come from? See, that's what I want people to say.
Yeah.
It's like, man, what is that about? Where did that come from? That can't be DC. That can't be Baltimore. That can't be, I don't know if it's New York. I don't know what it is. Well, that's what I want you to think. And that way, you'll ask me what it is. And when you ask, now you're curious.
Definitely.
And guess what? Then you'll come and you'll buy it. Because it's different. It's something you've never seen before. And it's something that stands out from everybody else. And that's the thing. You want to stand out.
Yes.
You don't want to be compared. And that's the thing. My whole thing was I don't want us to be compared to anyone. My whole thing was to have Arakusa in its own lane.
Definitely. See, and I want people to take notes. He says it several times. Stand out, stand out, stand out. And the reason why is because a lot of people copy and paste. And then if I got a shirt that got an army grenade, and then you just do a shirt that has a landmine, it's a copy and paste. You're literally just doing the same thing, and there's no difference. And you're not shining. I really hate people. If I do something and then, I do at the bar and then somebody does another radio show and it's like straight with no chaser. We couldn't call it anything else, so, and I've had that happen.
Mm-hmm.
I literally had people come at the bar and they made a name similar to what it is, and I'm just like, why not just do your own thing or stuff? But it happens because people want to imitate. And I think that's an imitation and creation is something totally different.
Two different things.
A lot of people get that mixed up. They think if I imitate what Arakusa do, I'm creating a line. No,
that's happened actually.
Yeah, we had a few pieces that was stolen from us, but it's okay. You know what I mean? We just keep on moving forward. You know what I mean? That's all.
So one of the things that we don't talk about enough, and one of the things I do love about Arakusa is, your growth. Y'all been in the y'all been back here in this little area. But y'all made this area, have done a lot of things with a lot of different events, giving back to the community. Outside of y'all being here, I didn't even know this place existed.
We didn't even. We didn't even. And it was a text message, and somebody said, "Check it out," and I just came over here and looked.
But I love all the stuff that y'all do when y'all bring, and then when y'all do, y'all bring people out and and stuff like that. how did y'all develop a mindset of creating? Because most people will just sit and wait to see what happens versus creating momentum. How did y'all get that mindset?
Well, I always lay back and think about what's the next best move for Arakusa Clothing. How do we make people come out or get people to come out? And I know people love food, so that's one big thing.
Yeah, they love food.
People love food, so let's feed them, and it's no charge to them, but let's feed them. You know what I mean? Let's give them something to come out for. And once they get a plate of food, they see clothing. They're like, oh, what's this? You know what I mean? So it was like a win-win situation. So I always did that. Like that's the mindset I had. Like, we can bring people back here because they always had a complaint. Like nobody knew that was back here. Oh, I ain't know this is this back here. We hear that all the time. So the best thing to do was for us was okay, let's feed them. Let's create something. If we can get radio play back here and get an interviewer back here to interview everybody like you did and put them out there, that would bring more of a crowd, or people will start understanding where we at and what we do back here as a all black mini. You know what I mean?
Definitely. Man. Before I get into some, I got some music I'll play in a little bit. What are your thoughts about some of the fashion shows that y'all done this past year?
Oh man, Harlem Fashion Week. It was cold as a mug in New York. It was in February. We know we from DC, so we ain't used to that. But we went to Harlem Fashion Week, man, and it was different. And for lack of a better description, it was different. I mean, I guess it's kind of surprised the people that heterosexual men came in with the type of fashion that we showed. And we had a table set up. We sold merch. It was just a different setting for me. And it opened my eyes up to a different thing. Like, okay, this fashion world is different when we move around in different cities. You know, then we went to Manhattan, you know what I mean? And it was like, okay, they did this way. But we went to Manhattan, we actually wasn't a hole in the wall. We was in the kitchen with a stage.
What?
We dressed people in the bathroom. We dressed the models in the bathroom, and they was associated with the United Nations. They had people there that was walking around with security guards. It was actually fashion models. You know, it was a different thing. And we met guys that actually was in John Wick. We dressed them.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, we can't mention his name because we don't want no lawsuits or no problem. But yeah, we dressed the guy that played in John Wick. We dressed one of the young ladies that was actually, when we came outside to come home, was on the billboard. We looked up like, oh, we just dressed her. She's on the billboard. She was on the billboard. And she actually cried about wearing our clothing. She was walking for everybody, but we had one piece left. And she went to the person that threw the show. And she was like, man, I gotta walk for Arakusa. And he came back and pleaded with her. He said, man, please, do you have any outfits left? I said, we got one. And she cried real tears because we put her in that one piece. But to come outside and actually see her on the billboard, I'm like, oh, who did we just dress? You know what I mean? That was an honor for us, you know what I mean, to be dealing with people like that. But it was a hole in the wall, but we made the best of it. Traveled on to Atlanta City. Oh, my goodness. We was testing Atlanta City. You know what I mean? She actually told me in my face, like, yeah, we just put you out there to see what you can do. We made the best of it. You know what I mean? We always do, and I always say that no matter what model you give me, I'm going to make the best of it because we here to win. You know what I mean? I'm here to create a legacy. Arakusa is just not a brand. It's a dream. We're trying to create a legacy. You know what I mean? So I said, I'm going to make the best of it. So we went back the second time. You know, she gave me some sheets, some tablecloths to dress mannequins because she wanted to see what's our real designer. Well, I showed that. You know what I mean? With stick pins and tablecloths, I dressed mannequins. And she was like, oh, yeah, you're a real designer. I said, well, I don't know what reason you had to question it. You know what I mean? But we here to show you that Arakusa is here. We did 2 shows in Atlanta City. Great people. You know what I mean? That's all I can say. They were great people. You know what I mean? I can't give you anything else. They were great people.
Well, I remember in Atlantic City, like I said, the people next to us, when they after they saw your design and stuff, you know, the designer went over.
Oh, the Portuguese guy. Yeah. He loved it. He said, man, what made you come up with that concept of a jumpsuit the way you did it? I'm a creator. I'm a designer. You know what I mean? The same thing way you came up with your concept. You know, I came up with mine. You know what I mean? And we exchanged numbers. You know what I mean? We exchanged numbers. He was a good, humble guy. You know what I mean? He had a different look on fashion than what I had. And all designers do. We all look at fashion in different ways. You know, so I don't look at people's pieces. When I see them, I'm like, whoa, what it made them think about that? You know what I mean? And then a lot of times people go over a theme of designs. You know what I mean? Me, I don't go over a theme unless you ask me about it. To create a theme, then we'll go from there.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Man, oh man.
But then I think we did Baltimore. We did Baltimore Fashion Show. And then we went to New York again for the Bureau of Fashion. Shout out to my man Nick with the Bureau of Fashion. He's been holding us down with the Bureau of Fashion. So we've been under them now, you know, traveling with them in different fashion weeks and venues. But we went to New York just to see how the show was with the Bureau. Oh, 1,000. So any DC brand that want to step up to the plate and do that, they should do that under the Bureau of Fashion. Like go out there and see how it is and just expand your brand.
Well, it gives you, when you're around other creators, it makes you create. And it challenges you to say, well, you know what, that did something like, oh, that did something different.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if I try something different, how would that look?
Right.
So, you know, I watch, like literally, when I'm not watching comic book stuff, I watch a lot of podcasts and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it helps me to say, you know what, when I do a show, I like how you ask that question.
Mm-hmm.
How can I flip a question similar, not the same, but similar, and make it my own?
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, how can I learn from it? The same way when you see people, there's an art to doing anything. There's an art to creating designs. There's an art to podcasting. Because some podcasters, you know who you are, overtalk their damn guests. That's not podcasting. That's just you talking too damn much. And they don't let their guests tell the story. Well, that's the case. Why did you even invite them?
Mm-hmm.
So I got better by being around people that made me better,
mm-hmm.
and experiencing other things. And I get it. So I'll tell you what, we're going to take a quick music break. I'm going to play some artist music real quick that I rock with. Play something exclusive from an artist that Arakusa has dressed before. Shout out to Renegade. This is a new joint that's unreleased.
Oh yeah, okay. Good music.
And then we got some more to talk about.
About to duck off, make 100, boy, I'm about to make a play. Always talk about how my back, but why you smiling in my face? And I'm about to react, won't you get up on my way? And I'm about to relax, cause the real been big. About to duck off, make 100, boy, I'm about to make a play. Always talk about how my back, but why you smiling in my face? And I'm about to react, won't you get up on my way? And I'm about to relax, cause the real been fake. I'm just getting started on paving my way. I'm thinking about making a meal every day. Ain't talking food, already got me a plate. I'm making a meal on bags and and better my day. It's okay, cause I told you I'm working on paving my way. Living that life, it was tragic. I'm really a superstar, I know you can't catch me in traffic. Catch me in traffic, I'm blasting. I'm the one with all the blue hunters, y'all nigga having. Niggas can't copy the fashion. Rockers and lane with the fear God, this a new fabric. Do it for August and passion. Came a long way, now I'm shopping, I used to be crabbing. Fuck it and leave, I'm dipping and dabbing. I ain't got no time for the bitch doing the most. I'ma slide that ride in my life ago. Miami to kick it with bras on the boat. Come and see if you want, better let niggas know. I'm a tier one nigga, I'm lit with a go. For the size, I'ma make niggas flow. Boy, I'm about to make it. Always talk about how my back, but why you smiling in my face? And I'm about to react, won't you get up on my way? And I'm about to relax, cause the real been turning fake. Make 100, boy, I'm about to make a play. Always talk behind my back, but why you smiling in my face? Thinking I'm about to react, won't you get up on my way? Thinking I'm about to relax, cause the real been turning fake. If you show me a little love, see the nigga show you fake. I'm brown with this bitch like I be rolling with my aces. Triple double with the money, Halliburton on the face. Know we do this shit for certain, feel like take it on the break. I'm lying down, I'm satisfied. You act like that when we not around. I'm doing snakes, I'm doing rats, I'm doing fakes, I'm doing crap. I don't get no fuck, I'm in your face. You don't get no debt, you don't get no power. I'm catching these flesh, you catching these flesh, you catch these hands, you catch these rounds. My life is a movie, got that bird like I play with a Uzi. Ain't nothing you really can prove me. 4-7, he keeping me cool. Leave her alone if she broke, she bougie. Part of Disney, she deal with a goofy. All the people that don't really choose me. I just hope that you go ahead and lose me. About to duck off, make 100, boy, I'm about to make a play. Always talk behind my back, but why you smiling in my face? Thinking I'm about to react, won't you get up on my way? Thinking I'm about to relax, cause the real been turning fake. About to duck off, make 100, boy, I'm about to make a play. Always talk behind my back, but why you smiling in my face? Thinking I'm about to react, won't you get up on my way? Thinking I'm about to relax, cause the real been turning fake.
Yo, shout out to my man Wild Speed. That's my dude, man. International Wild Speed. I'm thinking about Wild Speed. Let's get it. Let's do it. Okay. Yeah. Let's do it again. Let's do it. Okay. Come on, talk to me, don't be shy, just give this to me straight. Not wanting to give that talk, baby, it's not worth any time a day, cause you don't remember your word, no, yeah, and that's a day by day thing, in the middle of, no, it ain't worth the to me. Words you say to me, it's so true with facts that back it up. Oh, goodness, sweet, nothing to me. Yep. Oh, this was sweet nothings to me. Yes, you do. Like I'm a cow that's going to sleep. And when you do, I feel the stress relief. Look, you speak, then I get weak. I speak, then it get deeper. Then we go back to the sheets, and then I take a shower. If I take one, the two gon' come up in here trying to bring some. And you don't want no kids, but you like how I act like we gon' make one, or we gon' start a family. Tripping, picnicking on the sandy beach. Top down, shades on, head blowing the winds. Get emotional, feelings, no shit. She just get it in. She just my little friend. And it's the day that she can put in. Oh. Sweet now. You just sweet now. You just sweet. You just sweet now.
nothing. Sweet nothing.
What's that?
Girl, you got to tell
That rock
me.
whistle too.
That's what I love about
That
it.
Lenny Kravitz sound like some Lenny
Like
Kravitz.
Kravitz,
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I didn't know his brother was That's all.
Yeah, that was Wild Lady Sweet Nothing. We back. Real quick, I gotta give a quick moment of silence. Hannibal, basically the owner and my partner of Great TV, family member passed away. Today's the funeral. We just do a quick moment of silence for that. But you know, as basically his spirit returned home. All right, because we gonna dwell on positivity. So, you know, we definitely, you know, he's celebrating, not mourning, but he's celebrating her life today. But we definitely want to, you know, send our hopes and prayers to him. And man, oh man, that was Wally B. Man, I watched this dude grow. Seen him tear down stages in South by Southwest and some slides. He performed in Toronto this year. He's been doing some good stuff. And the other person was, of course, Renegade. He'll be performing December 14th. Be a first time in a long time. And that particular song, unreleased, has Money Marr on it, a young man that was making waves in the DMV, but unfortunately he got incarcerated. And, you know, definitely free Money Marr. And, you know, when he does come home, you know, get his life together and hopefully he can, you know, he's young, so he can dive right back into this music. But let's not be humble. Let's show these magazines, like 3 magazines. Let's see these 3 magazines because people think we be lying. That's one.
Quadro, Genzo,
So that magazine is real special to me because
Genzo,
my pictures that I took for Arakusa are in
and
there.
Genzo. Yep.
And Genzo. And we have the biggest, I believe it was the biggest spread.
Biggest spread in the whole magazine.
In the whole magazine. And it's all African American people. Man. So that's another magazine.
Yeah.
And then 2 other things on the side.
Urban Designer of the Year award in Baltimore.
In Baltimore. What's that other?
The other one is Black Excellence Award.
Black Excellence.
Other way. That way.
There we go.
So yeah.
You got it right now.
But so one, I'm so proud of you, Jay.
Thank you, bro.
And like in such a short time, I think y'all have accomplished more than a lot of people who've been doing this for a long time. Even so, y'all have, and I witnessed this because I was here. But on one of the events, one of the popular designers from DC or the DMV came out to actually come to one of y'all events.
Mm-hmm.
Actually took the picture. That's how I done. But I think that alone speaks volume of, you know, the stuff that y'all have done. And man, it's so dope. It's so dope. So, I mean, the California trip was awesome.
Still talking about it right now, man. That was a journey.
And how many views you got off that one post?
148,000, like 148, like 148,700 right now as we speak. And the rest of them and they're in the thousands, but they're not as high as that one outfit. That one outfit must have took everybody by
The red joint?
The red with the fur.
Yeah.
The red level with the fur.
And even so, some of the models that I took pictures with when they allowed me to tag them and collab with them, like I've got quite a few pictures in the thousands.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I thank y'all for inviting me out to the opportunity. I mean,
Man, always.
it was good because I'm used to doing artist stuff and stuff like that, but really to do something behind the fashion show was really cool, and it was dope.
Yeah.
So, what's next?
The next journey is October the 3rd, 5:30 p.m. We'll be in Paris, showing out in Paris. All Black History collection. All the designers of Black History. Yeah. So they spotlight Black History in Paris, and we was one of the ones that was selected from the Hollywood shows to show our pieces. So that's just like an honor to take DC with us, man, on our back to Paris. You know what I mean? So
that's an amazing journey.
That's big.
What I really did love about what went on in was in Cali was y'all was so calm, but y'all was so intimidating that one of the main designers had to try to pull a model from y'all and not use, and I thought it was just crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Because her damn set was like too long, but hey, almost fell asleep. But to say, hey, if they walk for, if she walks for y'all, she can't walk for me.
Oh, it was over. The designer that was over on the other side of the corner.
See, did you notice she was watching y'all?
Yeah,
she was
the
watching.
second time somebody did that to us. So.
And the funny thing is, as y'all doing y'all thing, I'm watching y'all. We just clicking pictures and stuff and doing stuff. But she's just, I didn't even know she was the main designer because all she did was just watch everything y'all did. Mm-hmm. And it was a crazy effect because it was like she got jealous. And because it went from one person sitting with y'all, one model sitting with y'all, then everybody, even after they got, when they changed the outfits and stuff, they were just hovering around.
That one particular model, the tall blonde one, she actually wanted to walk for us.
I know.
And when she told us what the designer said, I mean, that's happened before. So we weren't surprised by that. But it was like, here we go again. Like, here we go again. And, it's things like that happen. You deal with it. You move on. Because, like I said, that's not the first time that's happened. But to tell a model, well, if you walk with him, you can't walk for me, like, how ridiculous and petty is that?
Well, we going first. You going last.
And we were going first. That was the crazy part. We were going first, and she was the finale.
Yeah.
So what difference, honestly, would it have made? And she had a multiple of people.
Yeah, she had a lot more. She had a lot more designs than we did. She had upwards of 30 to 40 pieces.
It was like trying to name every Wu-Tang member. She had so many people.
Right.
And it was just crazy. But when she walks out at the end, I was like, oh, that's the lady that did nothing but watch us.
Yeah. Yeah. And she was all the way in the corner, all the way on the other side. Like, we weren't paying attention. I wasn't paying attention to her.
Definitely.
But I mean, things like I said, that's not the first time that's happened. But I mean, that's just a very, really immature thing to do, to a model. That happened to us in New York. So it's like, come on, you really going to tell this model you can't, if you want to walk for them, you can't walk for me? What? They're models. That's what models do. They walk.
And then later on tell us, y'all have some fabulous pieces.
Yeah. Oh my God. You're
really?
up, man.
Like, really? But you took the model from her. Like, okay.
Doesn't mean they weren't. Just because they was intimidated doesn't mean they don't like the work.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
well, see, you saw them watching. I wasn't paying attention, but I mean, you saw them. You saw her watching.
You know, I'll be in my mode. Once I get in my mode, I'm in my mode.
I was just focused on the line. So,
as you should be.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like I said, things like that can happen at shows. We've been sabotaged. We've been had the lineup changed up. We've been set up before, which was interesting. We did a show at Five Sisters Lounge.
Shout out Big Mo. Anyway,
Right.
You know, the show. Were you were there that night? Yeah. You know, real funny how the celebrity didn't show up until the last designer goes on, who just happens to be a personal friend of the guy who's giving the show.
Shout out Big Mom.
Like, come on, man.
I say his name. We don't make either difference.
That was wild, man. Like you made sure that Arakusa wouldn't be seen by a star.
But you wanted us in the show.
But you wanted us in the show. But you made sure we wasn't seen.
You made sure we weren't seen by the celebrity who was supposed to be there when the show started, but didn't come in until the last designer came on.
Like,
and we just keep going. All those shows just make us better. We just keep going.
And that's the thing is that no matter what happens, you still continue to grow.
Mm-hmm.
And only thing y'all are just missing, in my opinion, is just a big investor to make it to make y'all seen more and stuff like that. So I don't know, or a big grant to really
Well, just funding basically.
Yeah. Is there any special grants for small businesses or anything that y'all applied for and stuff
We're
like that?
looking into it.
Okay.
But it's easier said than done, but you just got to keep digging. We've dealt with possible investors, but we're still going to keep going with that. Things don't work out. We've had people come to us.
Yeah.
But when it's time to write the check, they get the T-Rex arms. All of a sudden they can't reach their pockets.
Definitely.
So, but you just got to keep going.
Definitely. And here's the thing too is you got to find the right persons, because they have to understand about the quality, the integrity of the brand, because no one wants to get somebody and then you gotta start losing quality of what your work is, because then people will be like, damn, this used to be good. I remember when Champion hoodies first came out, their quality is way different.
Champion used to have great quality.
Champion quality used to be as thick as the North Face hoodies.
Yes. Yeah.
When they first came out, you could wear a Champion joint really literally outside, no jacket, and you'd be straight back in the early days. Versus to what it is now.
Different people come in.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to do things their way instead of sticking with the formula, which was working.
Yes.
And I've seen that with a few lines. It's it's not as sharp as it was.
Right.
The quality is not the same.
But definitely, I love what you guys are doing here. I love the growth. And I know that y'all gonna keep expanding. And y'all know I'm gonna be in Paris too. So I was already invited. I definitely will be taking pictures and filming everything.
Mm-hmm.
My goal is to get a picture of a model in front of the Eiffel Tower with Arakusa clothing on.
Yeah.
That you can stand there, so I let them know we were here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's it. And I don't know if y'all realize how big that is to say, look, I remember when you told me, I was like, wow, something to be from the DMV area to be talking about going to Paris.
Yeah.
It's such a major move. To go from a basement to a storefront, and and it's challenging. And here's the thing I want people to understand: there are always going to be challenges. Something's going to go wrong. Something's not going to go right. You might have to pack up and then restart again. It's always going to be something.
Nature of the beast, man.
But you got to have the strength to go through
Yeah.
it. People. The first thing go wrong, people want to quit. Oh man, I can't do this.
And I don't know how to quit. I've been through too many trials and tribulations in my life. Just say, man, I quit. I don't know how to quit. Because I helped build this brand to where it's at now. And I don't want it to fail, period. And I'm gonna keep on going strong. Man. And this is our plea, as well as an interview for the right investor. Our plea to bring somebody and say, well, I can write that grant for you. This is our plea. So if you listening, you're seeing it, you enjoying the conversation, this is our plea. You know what I mean? This is our plea for an investor to come and say, man, let's sit down, let's talk. The doors are open for that. You know what I mean? Because we want to make Arakusa a legacy, not just a brand. bigger than the brand. We don't do
At
fashion.
this
We
point.
are fashion.
Yeah, at this point, yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's what we're trying to do, man. Open the doors for that. So if you listening out there, I don't care if it's male, female, we don't care what it is. Come sit down with us. 6375 Old Branch Avenue, Camp Springs, Maryland. Come see us. Come sit down and talk to us. Let's build this legacy together. We open for that. So this is our plea for that.
Definitely. I think this your growth, y'all growth has been amazing, and your journey is not made for everybody.
It's not.
It is a long, tough road, and to still to be humble, to still want to get back, to still keep the quality of the product. And what people don't understand is still work full-time job and still have to maintain your store.
Yeah.
So on a Saturday, instead of being at home, sleep,
Be in the store.
getting off of work just to go to work.
I'm in the store.
And you got to invest in your brand as much as you invest in your job. Because if it's your baby, you got to keep going. You know, people will, it's just like posting content, posting when you got an outfit, posting like the model pics, posting like, I can tell you now, when I shoot, this is not even counting what they got from the other people. When I shoot, I spent like 400 to 500 pictures. And that's not counting what the fashion show gave me.
You can trust the quality. I bet you can trust the quality.
So it's amazing. So anything else I want to say before we end this joint? Because I get no customers like that.
I know, right? Yeah.
Thanks for anyone who ever supported us.
Shout out to
Thank you for
Nick
believing it.
Armstrong.
Nick Armstrong from the Bureau of Fashion, everyone who's ever supported Arakusa from 2018 up to now. And just keep watching. Stay tuned.
Definitely. All right, so let me just put some music on and then we gonna be up out of here.
Yeah. So, how you doing, bro? Good. One. Yeah. I'm Assad.
CJ.
Yeah. How
you doing, bro?
Good. One.
Nice to meet you, man.
Yeah. One. This is Arakusa Clothing.
Okay.
Yeah. We just got back from Hollywood doing a major fashion show.
Okay.
So now we're just trying to put all this stuff together.
Hey, what she look like, bro?
Okay.
You know what I mean? But we got nice quality, high quality clothing. Yeah.
You got in Cali?
We did Hollywood and West Hollywood.
Okay.
Yeah, we did the back. We just got invited to Black History Fashion. Yeah.
CJ.
We've been published 3 times. We got international urban awards, Black Excellence Awards. You know what I mean? So we're trying to move around and stuff.
Disconnect this.
I used to mimic the greats, not knowing my talent awaits. Double J piano and poetry. Then the drums start to notice me. He gave me rhythm, but the vocals took over his rhythm, so I spent some time
It's a tough one. It's a tough one.
Is this the new one? That's the new camera? Oh, this the one? I thought you said this one didn't work. Oh.
We got pieces.
They look like the one you just put.
Yeah.
Thanks for the interview.
You know, I love doing this, man.
Oh,
We actually want people to buy 1 or 2 t-shirts. And actually go ahead and that's all we have.
I don't want you to forget those. Who's that?
My homegirl, Shakis Malik.
Give me some.
She sound like something you hear on the radio.
She makes this call.
Really?
Those sold out so
She used to do this
fast.
thing.
The Chief Poet, big guys. You know what I mean? Yeah. New York, she used to go.
Learn how to play the guitar.
Yeah, those are
Have like a little drum. Play it and sing at the same time. Play multi-talented girl.
Yes, it did. Yes, it
It's
did.
time to build a legacy.
From me,
Yeah, that's nice. Lay back, soulful sound. Like,
Yeah. I want to play like with a custom.
It's good because we got all songs.
Is she independent? She's not signed to a major label. I hope she stays independent. That label shit. That's why they took Prince out. Prince told him stay independent.
They to really see how see the actual effect. Got the whole theme song. Got the whole music. So we're just trying to really make it. Trying to get DC. All the same thing. He got his whole turn on. That's why we made it. Come back, because we turn DC. What is it?